Okay, I'm here from the Health and Temperance Unit to talk about let food be thy medicine. And before we go ahead, I'd like to start with asking what we had for breakfast. So, if you've had breakfast this morning, hi, that's one person. Any other person who had breakfast this morning? Okay, so both of you would come forward and let us know what you had for breakfast. Okay, I'll start with Bro Ebube while you come forward since you're closer to me. What did you have for breakfast?
Beans and rice.
There was no protein.
There was egg there.
Beans, rice, and egg. All right. A round of applause for Bro Ebube. Sir, you had the same thing. Okay. Do you live together? Okay. So I have fruits to pass around, so my volunteers are actually supposed to be the ones to take them and then pass it to wherever you think, should have a fruit this morning while we go ahead. Okay, so let food be thy medicine. Technical team. Okay, so we've done this. All right, this is probably really tiny. But what we're talking about is that our health is something that matters to God. And one thing that really influences our health is what we take in. And so the next slide is going to show you what your plate should look like. Now, we might not be good at math, but you can see that it sure looks like a quarter, and half. So ideally, 50% of your plate should be fruits and vegetables. I have drawn these plates like maybe a million and one times for my diabetic patients, and I always draw it. Why? Because it's easy for you to picture it. It's just half is fruits and vegetables, a quarter of your plate is carbohydrates, and a quarter is protein. I'm sure we know the classes of food. I didn't start saying, oh, this one is carbohydrates, this one is protein, these are fruits and vegetables. So it's fine. I'll move on from that. So, why do we say fruits and vegetables? Because they're rich in vitamins. Most of the time, if you do not plan to put it in your diet and make sure that that 50% is there, you will find that you do not take fruits and vegetables. I grew up in a vegetarian home, and so most of the times there's fruit still in the house. However, even then, there'll be times that I find I have not taken fruits in a week or two. And before you come and say they're expensive, I have you know that they're not that expensive. How much is a bag of water now? Okay, so 400 naira will get you those oranges. How much is let's not go too far. I wanted to say data, but your data money will probably buy a basket of fruits. So let's not go there. Vegetables and fruits are packed with vitamins and on and on. Next slide, please. All right. So one of the fruits you see here is an apple. I don't know who Bro Ibube is going to give the apple to, or give apples to, but okay, Bro Lumide wants an apple. No, you take yours first. And he also gets one because he also had breakfast. Breakfast is brain food, so lesson from this is you should have breakfast next time. But interesting things about apples is they reduce the risk of cancer because they have antioxidants, they have phytochemicals. They're important. And a fun fact is that apples are from the same family as the rose. So if you've been very excited about getting flowers for Valentine's and he couldn't get you flowers, he can buy you apples. It's still rose. Rose now rose. And this is healthier. I mean, I've seen people say that, why are you collecting flowers? You cannot eat seeds. Instead of giving me flowers, give me ugu. See now, you have a solution. Apples, same family, so it doesn't matter. Next slide. Oranges. They say when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When life gives you oranges, make orange juice. And oranges are rich in vitamin C. I'm sure we probably already know that. They have, if you take an orange, it has as much as 70% of your vitamin C needs for the day. And vitamin C is important, especially when you have infections, inflammations, injuries. They're very helpful. And fun fact about oranges is that the scent of oranges can boost your mood. So when they say go outside and touch grass, don't touch grass, sniff an orange. It actually will boost your mood. Next slide. Agbalumo. I don't think I would ever get used to calling it African star apples because I'm sorry, Agbalumo is Agbalumo. Or I think Igbos call it Udara, if I am pronouncing that right. But yeah, Agbalumo is also rich in vitamin C, rich in fiber, rich in antioxidants. And one interesting thing about Agbalumo is that in the past, we didn't used to farm Agbalumo. I found that out when, I was doing a genomics conference and, I found out that IIT had sequenced the genome of Agbalumo, which is interesting because that's the first time it's going to be done. But we didn't used to farm Agbalumo. Agbalumo was growing and then we'll harvest it and then it would grow and we'll harvest it. And then gradually we began to harvest it faster than it could regenerate. And so Agbalumo is now an endangered species. So I'm not sure if the message is I should probably start planting agbalumo and start an agbalumo farm, but it will be very sad if someday we have kids and you have to be chalayin with your mouth that there used to be a fruit called agbalumo. There will be seeds that you take and were sweet and it will turn to bubble gum. So it would be nice if it doesn't go into extinction. But interesting thing is that agbalumo actually is good for lowering blood sugar. And in fact, it also contains vitamin C. So it actually has a lot of benefits. And that's agbalumo. Next slide, which is the final fruit I brought. Okay, that's the coconuts. Now, when I was looking up the coconut, I feel like a lot of you, I don't know if any other person, have you ever heard that coconut is called the tree of life? A coconut tree. Okay, we don't read the same books. All right, so why is it called the tree of life? Because every single part of the coconut tree is useful. Whether the roots, the bark, the flowers, the leaves, the sap, everything is useful. And it's even used as biofuel now, so it is very useful. But what I wanted to mention is that it has a number of vitamins and it has also rich in healthy fats. You know that when you're taking fats, there are the healthy ones and the unhealthy ones. Coconut oil is one of the healthy ones or healthier options. And it's also good for your hair and your skin. So perks to coconuts for that. So fun fact is that the white part is called meat, coconut meat. And for someone like me who grew up in a vegetarian home, if you don't have meat, you have coconut meat. Yeah, I've given you people a lot of insights in this talk. You should be very grateful for that. But, we'll come back to that. Next slide, please. Okay, we should have gone on and on, but those were the 4 fruits I could lay my hands on to bring this morning. I don't have a farm yet. But you can go on to read more about fruits, read more about vegetables. It is fine to have a preference. Can we move to the next slide? It's fine to have preferences, but as much as possible, let's have it varied. You can have fruits in various forms. You can have it in forms of juice, smoothies. Some people even put if your fruit is not in a parfait, if you've not put the apple and the bananas in a parfait, you're not fine. Whatever form you like your fruits in, it's important that 50% of your plate. In fact, when I talk to patients with diabetes, I tell them, your feast, if you make a feast, that should be the size of your carbohydrates. So what will make you filled up why you wouldn't be hungry is because you have so much vegetables to fill your belly. And the interesting thing is that most fruits actually help you feel full faster than, say, if you were taking carbs even. So it's important that you take it in various forms and let your plate be colorful. Let Picasso be afraid. We have so much color on your plate. The more colorful your plate, the more likely you're obeying the rules of nutrition. I pray that God will help us in Jesus' name. Thank you very much. Happy Sabbath.